raised beds, mulching in between the raised beds, and also you can see I've got fencing. This is to prevent critters to keep out in the background there, the chickens, because they would love to get inside and have a feast of all of that good stuff. Okay, let's take a look at what we got growing here. You see my girls? Hello, girls. First up, we've got corn. I've got 3 different types of corn. They're all sweet corn. It's just different varieties of sweet corn. And as you can see, it's growing very well. We've got beans. Those are snap beans. As you can see, the fencing already there for those guys to trellis up on, so we can get a good area of picking. On the end right here, we've got melons. Those are 2 different types. Further around, we've got more beans. These are pinto beans. And you can see we've got flowers there. We've got flowers everywhere. We've got lots of growth. In between the corn and the beans, I've got okra. Look at all of that okra. That is a lot of okra. Now, my experience with okra, it gets about 5 or 6 feet tall. So we'll see what happens. These are seeds from last year. They're doing very well. They should be very well adapted to the soil and the conditions, which we're growing this year. Now, these are lima beans. They don't seem to be doing very well. They're very slow growing. Very, very slow. But they are growing. I've got a lot of green leaves coming out. So we'll see how that goes. Now, lima beans and pinto beans are bush beans. So they don't have vines. So we'll see, how that turns out. Next up, we've got, let's go down here to the end. I've got more melons. As you can see, I've got them trellised or getting ready to trellis on the fencing. And that fencing goes all the way down. Check that out. So all of my melons, I'm going to grow them vertically. We've got cabbage, broccoli, Swiss chard, cauliflower. Let's take a look. Lots and lots of growth here. Now here on the far end, we've got more beans. I've got purple pods here. These are purple pods. And then those are bush beans. And with the spikes, the sticks in the ground, that's eggplant. Check this out. Phenomenal growth here. These are my zucchini. I believe the Black Beauty. And as you can see, I've got flowers. Now, those are just female flowers. There are no male flowers out yet, so those aren't going to be germinated. So they won't make it because there wasn't a male there to actually fertilize the flower. So, but phenomenal growth. I've got those by themselves. so that they have plenty of room to sprawl, and I don't have to worry about them crowding out anything else. So 3 plants should be more than enough to produce lots of zucchini. Okay, next bed. First up, we're going to talk about tomatoes. As you can see, I have fencing for it as well. Trellising the tomatoes up the fence to keep some level of organization. I've done some trimming already on the bottom. As you can see how clean those stalks are. That is to prevent disease, aeration. About 25, 28 feet of tomatoes. Man, that is a lot of tomatoes. Never grew that many before. And on the end, more melons. They haven't quite grown big enough yet to trellis for me to string them, but I'm ready. And as you can see, I've got on the other side of the fence beans. In between, onions going all the way down. Lots and lots of good stuff out here. Let's see. Over here we've got potatoes. Lots of potatoes. About the same, 25 to 28 feet of potatoes. Now these have been healed twice. These are an early potato, so as you can see, the leaves are starting to turn brown. They're getting spots on them. They're turning yellow. That means I've got potatoes already. And as you can see, my peas, plenty of flowers all the way down. Look at that. Pea pods. Lots of pea pods everywhere. They're all over the place. Flowers, pea pods. Man, I tell you, it's gonna be some good eating. And let's come back to the end and I can show you my last bed. As you can see, first up, we're gonna talk about butternut squash. Now, butternut squash is a long harvest vegetable fruit. So as you can see, I've got quite a bit. There's about 8, 9 plants, I believe. As you can see, I've trimmed the leaves on the bottom so that I can get aeration down below. Also allow space for bees, bugs to pollinate when the flowers come. And they're gonna come up the strings and they're gonna trellis. So they've got plenty of room to grow. Large bed of carrots. I got 2 different types of carrots. As you can see, phenomenal growth on those carrots. These guys are growing very well. Further down, this first row, radishes. This is the second batch of radishes that I've planted this year. The first batch has already been harvested and pickled. In between here, or next to the radishes, lettuce. And there's 2 different rows of lettuce. You've got spring lettuce, butterleaf, crunch lettuce, and you've got a French mixed lettuce. I believe it's Meslin is the name. I'm not French, so you definitely have to look that up. Right next to that, the far end, beets. Now I've harvested beets to thin it out. As you can see, definitely got beets. Very tasty. There are lots of recipes online that you can pick and get a good, tasty recipe. Just go online, check it out. So this is an overall view. As you can see, I've got mulch in between. I've done that to cut down on the weeds and allow easy access between each bed. So this is my garden. I started back in March, and today is June 4th. So as you can see, doing very, very well, and looking to harvest early this year. Thanks for watching. Be sure and leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.